Welcome to the We're Good podcast, where we are celebrating the everyday brilliance of people working toward a more positive world. If you're looking for the good that's taking place around you, you've come to the right place. In our last We're Good episode, we introduced you to College Track at the Durant Center, a program that was started by a $10 million commitment from NBA star Kevin Durant. Today, Wanda Durant, Kevin's mom and president of the Durant Family Foundation, will share why it's important for her family to be giving back in a place they call home. You're about to meet the real MVP right here on the We're Good podcast. Welcome back to the We're Good podcast. I'm Leanne Necessary Brownlee, your host, and this is part 2 of our episode on College Track here at the Durant Center in Prince George's County. If you listened to the first episode, and we hope that they did, then you learned all about College Track. We're going to continue talking about that with a wonderful woman who I have just so enjoyed getting to know today and learn more about, Wanda Durant. She is the president of the Durant Family Foundation, and also happens to be the mom of NBA star Kevin Durant and your son Tony Durant. So thank you so much for being here and continuing this conversation. We didn't feel like we had enough. So
thank you. Thank you for wanting to stay. That means we made an impression. So I'm grateful about that.
Oh, well, we were hoping so. We just appreciate you taking the time. We know you're busy. And of course, you, the family, the Durant family, Kevin, your son, saw something out in Oakland. Just in case people didn't hear the first episode, he saw something in Oakland and he had to bring it here. Tell us about that.
Yes. What he saw in Oakland was the College Track program, and that's the part of the philanthropy of Lorraine Jobs. And he liked with the program that they had. It was a first generation college student program helping the scholars to earn a bachelor's degree. And so Kevin wanted to bring that to the East Coast. And so he made a 10-year commitment to do that. Because of that commitment, there are 2 new locations on the East Coast, one being in Washington, D.C., Southeast area, and one in Baltimore. And so we're excited that because of Kevin's vision for this area, other communities such as ours saw the benefit of it and wanted to gather partners to invest.
And it's just growing.
Yes, and it's growing.
It's growing. Yeah. And in our first segment, we got to meet Mama D.
One of our scholars.
Yeah, one of your scholars, Mama D.
Our first cohort, yes.
And your first cohort, so he's going to be the first graduating class. And you told me just a minute ago, this makes you a little emotional.
It does, because we're from this community, this very community where we're headquartered. And as a little girl and a young mother raising children, I never thought that this would be our life, to pour back into the community, to change the community that we've come from, to build our family legacy. Philanthropy, before we learned the word, was my grandmother feeding the community. Those who didn't have food to eat could come to my grandmother's house to eat. Before we knew the word of philanthropy, it was my mom helping out extended family members and friends when they needed help. Philanthropy, again, before we knew the words, were me as a single mom helping one of the local students whose mom was facing challenges pay for groceries for that family. And teaching a young man, even though your mom has challenges, she's welcome to the groceries that we provide. So philanthropy has been who we are as a Durant family from many generations. And so it's just us carrying it on and growing our impact.
Wanda, I love how you say that it just goes back generations.
Yes.
Because that was what I was going to ask you. As somebody that's listening, a mom or dad that's listening, what is it about Wanda Durant that was able to pass this along? Because everyone here will say that it's not just that your son Kevin didn't just write a check. This is an investment.
Yes.
So what is it that we as parents can do to impress upon our children this giving back? Because we're good. That's our mission. We're talking about giving back.
Right. And so what I think it is that your children have to see you be good. your children have to see you sacrifice to give to others. I remember when I was supporting that young man, I remember Kevin asking me, Mom, why are we buying groceries for them? I said, because they need our help and we have to do it. And that's who we are. And so he's, with his personality and his temperament, and the life experiences that he's seen from his family, he knows that there's a responsibility because we believe this: too much is given, much is expected. And so he's been given a lot, and so he gives a lot. And our family gives a lot, and so it's important. But it's not just about the money and giving. It's like, this is home.
Right.
Like, who wants to tear down their home? And another one of Kevin's beliefs is, when you're successful, we don't have to leave the community. We can come back and make the community better. So we all want to be here.
And you pointed out in the last one, this is home for you.
Yeah.
You raised your
Literally,
boys
yes.
right across the street, right?
Yes. Right across the street from where we're headquartered is where I raised my sons and where they went to high school for a short period of time. And so when we come back, the community know that it's not just a feel-good story. It's not just a superficial presence that we have. They know that the roots run deep with us here in this community. And so I believe it's a place of trust with the parents. I hear it all the time, young and old, male and female, grandmothers, and they say, we just thank you all for what you all do for the community. So the community is aware that we're here for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The long haul is important.
Yes.
Because this is, your scholars come on for 10 years.
Yes, for 10 years. It's a 10-year program. And so the model is, once they're a part of the program, there is a 10-year commitment. We help them academically to prepare for college. We help them to take the assessments exams. We help them with their initial going to college, getting set up in your dorm rooms, and then through the process of college, how to manage your time properly, how to enjoy the college experience while remaining responsible for your future. Once they graduate, what does it look like? How you need a car, you need an apartment, let's help you navigate employment. And so we're committed. And in 10 years, you can make a impact in a life that is long lasting. And so that's our goal. Yeah.
And it just grows.
So be a part of the DNA. Just pour in the Durant Family Foundation, college track, all that encompasses into them as people for the long haul.
And they'll remember it.
They'll remember forever. And then they'll pour it into their to the next generation seamlessly, and it's organic because it's a part of who they are.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you also mentioned to me that we talked a lot about the scholars, but you are also doing wraparound services.
Yes,
for
yes.
families. So you're supporting the whole family.
Yes. One of the things that Kevin wanted is to create a resource for the scholars and their families. And so because of our network, so I can call if there's a student that's facing homelessness, I can call someone in my network and say, I have this student. Because we are valued and trusted in the community, there is immediate response. If there's pantry down the street, if I could call because of our commitment to the community, we need a box of food for a student. A mother may need some mental health resources, and so we have a strong, bustling network here at the Durant Family Foundation. Some of the resources are in the building, where my son purchased a few years ago. So what we've done since coming to the headquarters here, is we want to have a network that's impactful for the community, and that's what we're building.
And you're building it, and you know, you are just a force of nature in and of yourself.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, because of course you have been on many interviews, and I appreciate you doing this one today. And you've got your own Lifetime movie, and now
Yes.
you're doing Raising Fame, which is a
Yes.
whole new project.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
And talking. So, but when I look at those, Wanda, I see the storyline, and all of it is that you felt what was different, or what you hoped was that you were there and you were present
Yes.
for your son.
Yeah. Yes.
Why is that so important, and how does that wrap around to what you're doing now?
Well, as a young mom, I knew what I wanted for my sons. I knew the character that I wanted to build in them. I knew the intention I had for them. I wanted them to be well-rounded men that I can look up to and respect. And I knew that would be based on core values. And I had to be present to ensure that they were in the position to see what kindness it was, to see how to be kind as young men, how to give back. And I was intentional about it. I couldn't trust that to anyone, but because I knew what I wanted from them. And that's why they would call it hovering. They would call it,
Your sons?
yeah. Like they told me I was tough.
Oh.
And I didn't think I was tough. I thought I was the fun mom. And they was like, no, Mom, you were tough. In their 20s, they somewhat resented it. But now that they're in their late 30s, they understand the importance of why I parented the way I did. And so now they're a little more appreciative. And now with my grandson, my oldest son has a son, I can see his parenting style is very similar to mine. Very similar to mine. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he looks back and goes, I know
Yeah.
why you did that.
Exactly. So I mean, as a little girl growing up in this area with the challenges that I faced with my immediate family, and I just never thought that I would be in this position. But as I look back over my life, I can see where I've been prepped for this because of who I was as a girl. I've always been someone who was very mindful and considerate of other people. I was always very honest and forthright, no holds barred type of person. But I can see how my life has built to this point, which I didn't understand. Sometimes I don't always understand now going forward, but I can see the pattern of why I'm where I am today.
And so tell me a little bit more.
Well, I believe I'm a Christian, and so I believe that we are here for purpose. And I didn't always know what my purpose was. And even now, I don't think I do enough. And so sometimes I'm very hard and very critical of myself. And so that's one of my challenges. But because of my faith, I continue to go forth and to do the best that I can do. Last night, I called one of my business associates just to kind of get some intel and some knowledge on some things that we're focusing on. And he told me that his daughter wrote an essay paper about me and how inspirational I was. And I needed to hear that at that moment because I was questioning, am I truly walking in my purpose? And it warmed my heart that this young girl, a young lady, sees me as someone who is inspiring. And so even though I do have my faith, sometimes I challenge myself to do more so that the impact would be greater because I take on the responsibility of my neighbor. And I believe that in my heart. And so when I find that we as a human community don't see the necessity for our togetherness. It hurts because I have so much joy when I'm in my community, in humanity, and we're experiencing one another at the highest level of connectivity. It brings joy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, and we let down all the barriers, all of the things that separate us, and focus on the things that unify us. We have a grand time together.
Oh, I love that. And that's another reason why you think it's so important at the Durant Center to build trust with parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You said that's a really important component for you.
It really is, because you, as a parent, we can't always be there. We have to be able to trust our children with adults, and so I want to be that adult that parents can say, I can bring my son, my daughter to the Durant Center, and I know that Miss Durant, because of who she is, will take care of my child as if they were her own. And that's who I want to be known for in the community.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you have wonderful staff.
Good staff here who also is very passionate about equipping our students with the skills and the resources that they need to be successful. So it's important, like our executive director, our site director, who happens to be my older sister. I know she's very passionate. Our program director here has many years of experience in the community, and matter of fact, he grew up in the community with my sons, and so one of his family members was a vital member of my son's training when he came up, and so it's all of us here. We, with the experience and the love and passion for community that we brought together to make an impact. And so that's what I want the parents to know, that we love your babies just as much as you.
Oh, and it's so evident when we were talking with Mama D about his time here. The things he mentioned were family and community. And I thought the continuity, the continuing, like that he said that you don't just stop caring. That everybody's still checking up on him.
Exactly. And I know that's the motto of the program, but after interacting with these children for 4 years while they're in the program, you develop an interest and a concern about their well-being. And so it's not just surface level. I mean, of course, we all have to work and have a livelihood, but it's about much more than that. It's about how we show up for each other. And it's not just, because sometimes I'm having a bad day, and I come and the students come and they'll run up to me and hug me. Miss Wanda, I haven't seen you. Where have you been? I missed you. And tell me about what's going on in school. Like, that means something to me. And they're pouring into me. And so it's all of us supporting one another. That's what's really important here.
It's wonderful. In 2022, I know that you and Kevin watched the first cohort graduate from high school.
Yes.
Now they're going to graduate from college in 2026.
Yes.
We don't have much time left. What is that like for you?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be front and center, because I know we're going to have a program celebrating their accomplishments. I'm sure we're going to have some wonderful surprises for them. I'm excited because they stayed the course. They went through all the challenges, all the obstacles, and they stayed the course, and they did not quit. And some of our students, because of some personal challenges, had to step away from college at this time, but they're pursuing it at different locations or different campuses. And so we're just excited that now they know that they are capable of learning, they can learn on a collegiate level, and they could be successful. And that's all you want.
And they can give back.
Right, and for them
and
to,
it just grows.
yes, and you want young people to believe in themselves. I think that's the first step in accomplishing or being successful, is if you can imagine yourself at every sector in life that you want to be in. You want to change careers. I can do it. I did it at college track. So I want to change careers. I want to move to a different location. I want to move abroad, whatever the case may be, because of their success with college track, being something that they experience for the first time. They can always experience the first time in any space in their lives.
Because they have a lot of support there.
Yes, yes.
And as we finish up, we always like to peel back the curtain, as we say, let our audience know.
Okay.
What do you think the secret? What do you think the special that people maybe couldn't see on a website or read about in your press releases? What is it about this place that you think makes this place so special and successful?
The secret is our faith. We believe that we can do it. Like, we can change this community with God's help, our determination and resolve and perseverance, that we can change this community. And so the foundation of who we are, how we do what we do, why we do what we do, is really our faith in God. That's the secret sauce for us.
It has been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Such an honor. I know you are so busy. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we appreciate you listening to the We're Good podcast.
And thank you. I think the We're Good podcast is so needed. I think sometimes we all have to be reminded that we are good. We are inherently good. So thank you for your efforts to get this word out that we are inherently good.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
We will circle back with you all.
Okay.
These guys
of
graduate.
course. Please do. Please do.
Want to see how your scholars are doing and follow along.
Okay.
It's
great.
been wonderful.
Thank you
for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for joining us for the We're Good podcast. And of course, there is much more about the Durant Center, the college track of the Durant Center, on their website, which will be on our website, we'regood.net. Thanks again for joining us, because as we like to say, we're good and you're good, and we can all make a difference.
Yes, I like that. That's right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.